Hey fans, we're here with a special one-on-one edition of Fan Zone with Dr. Simon Bott, who's going to tell us a little about Cougar Red Fridays. So, hi Dr. Bott.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. So tell us a little about Cougar Red Fridays.
Well, Friday and you wear red if you're a cougar, but it's much bigger than that. It's amazing how it's taken off, not just on campus, because we've been trying on campus for it for quite a while, and it was successful. But out in the city, Dr. Couture even tweeted this morning that she's up in New York with Carl Lewis, and he's wearing red because it's Friday. So it's a great way to demonstrate your pride for the university. It's a great way to build that sort of team camaraderie and so on, everybody doing the same thing. It's it's amazing in the 3.5 years or so that Dr. Couture's been really pushing, I guess nearly 4 years, just how many people are wearing red and how many people are happy to be Cougars and how many people now look sternly if they see someone wearing orange or maroon, especially on Fridays. Right. So it's become a super way to just tie the campus together and get us all focused in one direction.
So what was the idea behind it? I know it started in your classroom, right? As sort of an incentive?
Just to make my class, make the students appreciate it. You know, I for a long time I believed that you need more than just classroom if you're going to get the most out of a university experience, especially for 18, 19, 20-year-olds. You know, it's a big developmental stage in somebody's life, and you can help that development and fine-tune it and sharpen it by getting involved on campus, by just regarding this place as more than a classroom. And of course, another aspect of it is the more that involved you are and the more pride you have in being here, the more likely you are to stay here and graduate. And when it's all said and done, that's what all of us want is, you know, everybody who comes in take a class here, that we want them to graduate from here at the end of it within, 3 years if they're transfer, 4 years if they're a freshman, kind of thing. And so it was just, again, a nice quick and dirty way, well actually hopefully quick and clean way, just to make students think about things and think, okay, it's Friday, it's red, why am I wearing red? Well, it's the University of Houston, I love the University of Houston, it's my university, kind of thing.
So I know you're involved in a lot of things on campus and you had the Cougar trading cards. What was the idea behind that?
To extend out what I did in class. You know, in class I would give students great encouragement for going to concerts and plays and joining student groups and going to athletic events and so on. But it was hard to get that incentive going once they left my class. I mean, there are quite a lot of faculty around campus who do that, who encourage students to go to events. But there wasn't a cohesive group doing it, and then also there were a lot of people who weren't doing it. And so for a long time I was trying to come up with a way to provide that incentive to students once they quit the class, you know, just generally the students, where it didn't matter what class they were in, that they had some incentive to go to it. So I've been thinking about this for several years, and then at a meeting in 2009 maybe, I think it was 2009, May 2009, a guy called Bruce Twinhoffel said, yeah, he'd always thought it'd be a good idea to have trading cards of us student athletes. And I thought, now that's a way to do it, you know, trading cards that we can give to the students. And so that's how it started. You know, a lot of schools, A&M, for example, you join a group for going to athletic events and you get all of the events, you know, just not just the football and basketball, but soccer, volleyball, track and field, and so on. And you register for that, and when you sign in, you get kind of credit within the program. Alabama does the same thing, GAIN for athletics. So it wasn't a new idea to try and give students incentive for going to things, but what we did with the cards was we made it across campus, not just athletics and everything. So.
And it's pretty fun to collect, I might add.
I think so, yeah, thank you.
So before we let you go, tell us a little about what your thoughts are on the future of athletics and moving to the Big East and how that's going to help the campus.
Oh, it's going to be brilliant. First of all, just the quality of opponent that we're going to have coming in. You know, for football, Boise State going to be coming here. Boise, of course, even though they play on horrendously colored turf, you know, they're a big program now. The last 6-7 years they've turned into one of those perennial top 5 teams, so having them come here will have interest on campus and off campus more than, you know, a Southern Miss or a Tulane might do, and so on. And then, of course, for basketball, Big East is arguably the best basketball conference in the country. You know, the idea that we're going to have Connecticut and Georgetown and so on coming to campus to play, it's going to be great for students who are fans of athletics because they're going to get to see really high-quality teams. But it's the thing that is not overlooked anymore, but certainly undersold, is what it does for every student here. Because we saw last football season what an athletic program, a successful athletic program, can do just for publicity of the whole university. You know, we were on ESPN game day, which meant that pretty much from Friday lunchtime until midnight Saturday, every single highlight show had at least some time spent on the University of Houston, let alone, you know, the main game day shows. And the publicity we got from that was unbelievable. I had friends from around the country calling me up and saying, man, you know, that campus, it's nice, you know, a big building with the big UH sort of thing. And they came here because our football team did well. So whether or not you like football, your degree just got a massive big boost because our football team, perception-wise, because our football team did so well. And now we're going to have it much easier. We're not going to have to worry about, well, if we win our conference and we go unbeaten, then we might get a bid to the big BCS bowls. We know if we win our conference, regardless of our record, boom, we're in. We're not going to have to worry about maybe being one or two teams from our conference getting to the NCAA tournament in basketball. I mean, Big East had, what, double digits in teams last year going into the tournament and so on. So it's going to raise dramatically the quality of the events on campus. As I say, great for those who love athletics, but for every student, it's going to raise people's ideas and perceptions of the quality of the university.
All right, well, thank you, Dr. Bott, and continue spreading that Cougar pride.
Thank you so much. Can we go Cougs at the end?
Yes. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Go Cougs. Back to you guys.
And don't go away, because when we come back, Mason will have his interview with Starla Garcia of the cross-country team. And welcome back. Now let's watch Mason's interview with Starla.
All right, thanks, Robert. In our Cougar Corner segment this week, joining us, Starla Garcia of the cross-country team. You know, what made you choose to come to U of H of all the colleges out there?
I really liked the city of Houston and like what it had to offer as far as like after graduation, and I really liked the facility. I thought it was like a great place that I could probably like train and, you know, just get better at. And I really liked the way Coach Turner approached me about coming here and not just like sold me on athletics, but like also academically as well. So
right, you know, running for a lot of sports is punishment. So how do you stay motivated to do it week in and week out?
I think like just leaning on my teammates is a lot. It's very encouraging, and like since there's a bigger group this year, it's kind of helped a lot, especially since like recovery days are longer now. But I mean, you do have to find it, just like little motivations, like, okay, I'm just, you know, I'm gonna take it easy today and just do my run and not think about it and just enjoy it again, and you know, maybe take some music or something, you know, get you through it. So
you know, with cross country, you get to travel a lot of places, do a lot of those things. What's any particular races that stick out in your mind?
There was one race probably my freshman year that I really enjoyed, and it was in California, and just like the weather and like the atmosphere was really great. And I also went to USA Juniors my freshman year as well, and that was in Eugene, Oregon, and that was like probably like the highlight of my, I guess, my career so far. But I mean, I still have like another semester, so we'll see what happens. So
you know, you've won a couple races here at U of H. Tell us a little, how was that? What was that like?
I won quite a like, I guess not that many, but the ones that I did win, I guess I just went into it really positive and I felt great, and I just went off of that, and I didn't really think about time that much. I just kind of went off of like adrenaline, and once you get kind of like towards the 2 mile and you're feeling really great, I felt like, you know, I was on top of it, and like I just wanted more and more. So I guess just the energy of like being in the race, and just the audience as well, and my teammates there too.
With cross country, it's a race against a lot of people, but at some point does it become just a race against you and yourself and against trying to beat a certain time, not as much against trying to beat other people?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be those people that are really stand out and they're All-Americans and like they've won like titles and things like that. And you can't really focus on people that are that great because, I mean, everybody is different. So when I would really do well and like I didn't really think about it, it was more about me and myself because I could have ran like a PR, but I could have been right in the middle of the race because there was like maybe like 30 or 40 other girls in there. But I mean, you just really have to focus on what you're going to try and do and accomplish, or else you're never going to be happy, you're never going to be satisfied. And you know, I guess times like that you just have to take it with you.
Right. Now, I read that you love cooking. Is there any particular dish that you think you cook the best?
I don't really know. I guess I'd say Mexican food just because I am Mexican.
Just Mexican food in general?
Yeah, I like to cook it a lot. I try. Try to stick to my roots, but I guess like I'm trying to learn lasagna right now too. It's not that hard, but I've never done it, so I'm trying to do that this week.
Yeah, well, being a student athlete, you got a real busy schedule. How do you juggle both school and athletics?
A lot of planning. I plan a lot. I try to plan out like my schedule the week before and, use my planner, and the academic counselors really help and like kind of guiding you a little bit because I was kind of having some trouble on like my planning schedule just for further in the semester. So, I mean, Helen has really helped me too.
Just staying organized.
Yeah.
And also, we ask everybody, what are you blasting on your iPod to get motivated before a race?
Well, this morning we were listening to a bunch of Kanye and Jay-Z on the way to Herman Park. So I guess that's what I've been listening to lately. A lot of fun.
All right, thanks, Starla. Let's send it back to y'all.
Thank you, Starla, for letting us interview you. Join us next week when we talk about some more Cougar sports.
We'll recap volleyball and soccer's Conference USA road trip.
We'll recap the first 2 games of the 3-game homestand for football.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And be sure to go on the Heisman website and Davey O'Brien website to vote for Case.
Get out there and vote for Case. That will do it. I am Mason Pratt.
I'm Robert Guerrero, and remember, don't just sit there.
Get in the game.